Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you for joining me for tea time once again. Now, I know it's been some time. I apologize. It's been a couple of weeks. Well, any of you that have been with me for the last 4 to 6 months, you will know that I've been working on a new product. Well, it's finally coming to fruition as of today. It's been a lot of work, about 4 months developing it, and now the last 2 weeks have been crunch time where we're trying to get it to market, all of the calls and all the stuff that we have to do. Well, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, nose to the grindstone. Now, what is it? What is it, Joe? Well, what it is a direct response to you and colleagues of mine, as well as professionals that I deal with in the community on a regular basis. Now, as you know, the last 6 months to a year, everything has been mirrorless, 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 right? That's all that we've been talking about is mirrorless. Well, a lot of you guys have picked up mirrorless cameras. And I've been hearing, Joe, God, my sensor, it's like a magnet. It's just sucking in so much dirt and debris and lint and stuff. It's just a mess. My sensor is a mess. And my pictures have all these dots all over them. They're less vibrant. They're streaky. It's a mess. All right. Now, what I found in my research was the number one problem was the fear factor. A lot of photographers wouldn't clean their sensors because they were afraid to do so. They said, well, I spent $3,000-$4,000 on this camera. I don't want to go and screw it up. And that makes sense. I mean, I understand that. Others said, well, I'm not going to clean it myself, but I'm going to send it away for professional cleaning, $70, $80, $100 later, and a week of downtime. And they got their cameras back. That was also an issue. Others came back and said, well, I tried doing the sensor cleaning myself, and I basically got this kit. It had like 10, 12 swabs in it and a bottle of liquid, and I didn't know how much liquid to put on, and would I put enough, or wasn't there enough, or was there a safe amount put on there? And it was all of this stuff that they weren't comfortable doing it. Others said they tried using these kits and they ended up with worse results than what they started. It was all streaky. It was a mess. Others came back and said, well, I bought this bottle of formula and then come to find out it was purified water. And then other people bought this bottle and it was like 100% or 90% alcohol. Well, that's not right. So after testing different liquids over many months, I found a liquid that really works, that's safe for CCDs as well as CMOS sensors, and it just simply works. No streaking, not a mess. And it's the process that really does it. The brand is called Aurora Camera Care. What makes it different? Well, instead of just having a bag full of swabs that now you have a bottle of liquid that you're trying to figure out how much, that's all gone. What I did is I have a dry swab and a wet swab. They come in twos. They come in pairs, okay? The wet is pre-moistened with the exact amount of this specially formulated cleaning fluid. So it's perfect every single time, right? It doesn't take a rocket scientist, right? It just makes sense. It makes sense. And you have a dry one also. Why? Well, any of you guys know that if you clean your mirrors, you clean your windows, you clean anything, you start out with wet and then you come back with dry to take off any residue or any kind of liquid that's left over, right? Doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it kind of is. So what I did is instead of just having a whole bunch of these swabs stuck in a bag, I had them vacuum sealed in a clean room. So we have vacuum sealed wet, pre-moistened, and vacuum sealed dry. It's a pair. That is the cleaning process. Now, this worked out so well. I sent it to many pros and they loved it. They loved it. It just simply works. It worked out so well. I said, you know what? I'm going to now come up with a lens cleaning that works the same. So many people have said, and they've come to me, yeah, I get these, I'm not going to name the brand, but I get these things and they're like made out of paper and some of them are pre-moistened, some are dry, and you go over the lens and I'm like, oh my God, paper. I'm not a fan of paper. I'm not. So not only are the swabs microfiber, but the lens wipes that I've created also are microfiber and they come in pairs also. So you have a wet microfiber 6-inch lens cleaner, as well as A dry. Once again, why? Because you clean wet and then you dry it off with the dry so that it's perfectly spotless clean. So now you can have spotless sensors as well as a spotless lens. Not a lot to this, right, guys? Well, there's been a lot of work coming to this point. So as you guys know, I am an inventor, right? I'm always trying to look for a better mousetrap. So not only am I a professional photographer and an educator, but I am that inventor. I'm always trying to figure something out to make it better for me. And I figure if I can make something just work for me really, really well, at that point, I can be confident to be able to sell it to you guys and say, here it is. I think you're absolutely going to love this. And that's what the Aurora Camera Care brand is all about. Making something that just simply works. Simple, easy, and safe. That is what it is all about. So what I want to do, guys, is I want to roll the how-to video that I created. Now, it's me in real time doing a sensor cleaning on one of my cameras with the Aurora Camera Care sensor cleaning kit. So you can see how easy and how simple it is. So I'm going to roll this and I'll be right back as soon as it's over. One wet, one dry. Very, very simple. So let's get into these. You have tear tabs. Simply rip the tear tabs at the top like this and like that. And that's it. Now, what we want to do is actually pull the swabs out only halfway, no more than halfway. The reason why is we want to make sure that the clean swab stays clean inside this vacuum packaging. So we go like this, we pull it out, and now it's sticking out halfway. We're going to do the same thing with the wet one. We'll pull that up, we'll grab it, we'll pull it out halfway. Set it aside. So these are ready to go now. So now let's get into the camera itself. Now, there's two cameras that we're going to deal with, either mirrorless or DSLR. If you have a mirrorless camera, this next step you will not have to do, because once you take your lens off, like that, instead of seeing a mirror, you're going to see your sensor right away. Now, for a DSLR, we need to expose the sensor so we can get in there and access it, right? Now, we're going to be working on a 5D, but you'll have a different camera. So what you want to do is look at the instruction manual for your camera and figure out how to flip up your mirror so that you can have access to your sensor. Basically, you want to go into your menu and turn manual sensor cleaning on. So we flip it over to menu, and as you can see here, we have sensor cleaning. Let me click that, and now we move down to where it says clean manually. Now we can see a message that says mirror will lock up. After manual cleaning sensor, turn power switch to off. The reason being is that will now, once again, flip that mirror back into the spot where it needs to be. Now, if I go over here to hit OK, listen. So as we can see here, the sensor is now fully exposed. Once again, if you have a mirrorless camera, you do not have to go through all this. You simply take your lens off, and now we take our camera and lay it flat in front of us. We're going to take our wet swab first, pull that completely out of the packaging, and what we're going to do is go over the sensor at a 45-degree angle at a specific direction. So for me, it's going to be left to right. Keep with the same direction. So if you're left-handed and you want to go right to left, that's fine, but do everything right to left going forward. So for me, it's left to right. So we're going to take our swab at a 45-degree angle and go from left to right. Then we're going to flip the swab to the clean side and once again go from left to right. Now, some manufacturers have larger sensors in them. Some have smaller. These swabs are specifically designed to be the size of the smaller sized full frame cameras. Now, if your sensor is slightly bigger, what you're going to want to do on your first pass, you want to go from left to right at the top of your sensor, then flip, and then go from left to right at the bottom of the sensor. So let's go ahead and do it. At a 45-degree angle, we're going to move from left to right, and then we're going to flip the swab and once again go from left to right. Now, this swab will not be used again, ever. It is to be thrown out, period. Now we're going to take our dry swab, pull that out immediately and go right back in and do the exact same procedure from left to right, and then flip, and then once again from left to right. That'll take off any type of residue, any kind of liquid that's left, and you are left with a perfectly clean sensor every time. So that's it. We're done. That was the whole process. Now, when we go and turn our camera off, we can hear the mirror flip back. There you go. And now we can see that the mirror is once again down. So that's it, guys. What did you think? Pretty easy, right? Just like I said, it's going to be simple. It was less than a couple of minutes and you're done. You have a spotless sensor. And it's the same way with your lens cleaning. The exact same way. So guys, like I said, I am going to have this product as well as my previous products in the US, Canada, Mexico, and 6 EU countries within a short period of time. So be on the lookout for Aurora Camera Care. So I want you to test these out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a promo code. It's going to be good for the next week. It's going to be ACC15. ACC15. It's going to give you 15% off anything in the store. I don't care what it is. You can load up your cart with whatever you want, and it's 15% right off the top. So for 1 week, starting today, it will be 15%. Remember, promo code ACC15 at checkout. Please support me. Check it out. Pick it up. I promise you, you will absolutely love this. You will love it. Like I said, I've been working on this for many, many months, and I feel 100% confident about this product. And I do believe it's going to be the #1 camera sensor cleaning kit on the market, period, in a short period of time. And thanks to you guys. Now, as always, if you enjoy my content, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be stellar. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you get all my content when it becomes available, and click the bell icon so when it is available, you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, including the Aurora Camera Care kits now. And hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me. I really appreciate you all. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.